can help somebody as I travel along, and if I can help somebody with a word or a song.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Latin Lynn, once again coming to you with a little love, a little light, a little positivity. It is a beautiful Sunday, and George is back again. It is time for, in case you didn't know, baby, when I tell you the last 2 weeks have been really, really trying.
Just really.
I mean, it has just been so overwhelming, just to the point that I have just completely shut down, honestly. But in an effort to keep the ball rolling, to honor the commitment, that we made to do this, we decided it's time to get back at it and just keep going.
Keep going.
Honey, so that's what we're here to do today. George sent me the other day a clip of Miss Gladys Knight and the Pips, honey.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing this medley, and the song they started with...
They were on the Andrew Cohen show.
I don't even know who that is. But what I do know...
They were on the Andrew Cohen show. Was it Andrew Cohen? You know what? It probably wasn't.
In case you didn't know...
It was the Ed Sullivan show.
Oh, I know 68. Who that is. I know that name.
What I say, friend?
Andrew Cohen. In case you didn't know, we need to Google who that is, baby, because I don't know.
You know I would mess up somebody's name.
George don't know names, y'all.
In case you didn't know, child.
In case you didn't know. Anyways, honey, Gladys and them Pips, baby, they were singing this medley. And honey, they started off with this song called The End.
The End
of Our Road.
Honey, she was wearing that song out.
Wearing it thin.
Wearing out. They didn't know what to do with her on that stage. It was a medley, actually.
Honey.
I'm looking it up right now because, you got to have facts when you say stuff.
Play a little,
you
little clip for y'all. Watch this.
That's 8 seconds.
I don't know, y'all. The road's got to end somewhere.
Honey. And then she went on to say, every road has got to end somewhere. Now, see, she talking about a man.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the thing I like about music, friend, is that you can take some lyrics, you can take a melody, and they can mean multiple things.
Honey.
And when I hear music, sometimes, I hear something else. So when she got to the road's got to end somewhere, I said, that thing just struck a chord with me. I said, you know what, you're right.
Honey.
The road got to end somewhere. Every road.
Every road.
Ends somewhere. There is a destination to everything.
That's it.
Honey, we are all on our way somewhere.
On our way.
Kicking and screaming. We ain't got a choice.
Listen.
We don't have a choice. And so I choose to decide to always be pursuing joy within myself and pruning the spiritual fruit of faithfulness. Because what I am learning now, especially in the midst of what's happening, so much calamity, child.
Yes.
Did you know they just killed somebody else? The police just killed somebody else. Now, I'm one of those ones who tries to facilitate peace amongst the masses.
Friend, I'm sick of it.
But I am really sick of it. I'm really tired of it now. It's ridiculous. In the midst of all of this night, we still have to find the persistence to keep ourselves going.
That's right.
We can't lose focus. We can't lose sight. And this is the perfect time. While everything is amiss, this is the perfect time for you to begin rebuilding.
Yeah.
It's the perfect time.
It is.
For me. I can't really speak for nobody else.
Because we have been on a journey, friend.
Oh.
For the last, I'm going to say 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
we have kind of been on a journey, and now it is intensifying, if I must say.
It is.
A little bit through this season. It has gotten a little much for me.
It's a little toasty.
Honey, but it's necessary so that we can grow and birth these things that are within us.
And the road's got to end somewhere. Going back to that. It is our job, it is our duty to steer our path. and keep going. That's why, the word talks about, the word being a light to our feet.
Honey,
You know what I'm saying? So, correct it, friend.
a lamp
A lamp
unto our feet and
and
a
a
light
light
unto our path.
unto our path.
We went to
There it
Sunday school.
is. We did. And that's one of the scriptures that stuck because it's the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, there is another philosophy that suggests, because I love me some philosophy. So there's another philosophy that suggests there are 7 principles that basically govern this reality or our perception of reality or all things. 7 principles.
Okay.
I'm going to mention the first 2. So the first principle is the principle of mentalism. And the way I understand it is that we are all in the mind of God. The second principle is the law of correspondence. Right? And so the law of correspondence basically just says that as above, so below.
Right.
Honey? Like the scriptures say.
Honey, whatsoever
you bound on earth, I will
That's
bound in
it.
heaven. So it's the same principle.
Okay.
So going back to the first principle, the law of mentalism, and combining that with the law of correspondence, the way that they make sense to me most is when you combine the 2 principles together.
Okay.
So if we're all in the mind of God, the law of correspondence says that we can draw some correlation between what's below to be able to observe what is above.
Okay.
Right? So a good example is we are made in the image of God.
Okay. Yes,
so if we are made in the image of God, that's the law of correspondence. I can correspond to God from our image. We are the highest consciousness in this world, in this reality. Mankind is the highest consciousness here.
Right. Right.
God's image, right? So think about the way you think about something. Think how instantaneous the mind is. You can create anything you want to in your mind.
Yeah.
You can create your happiness. You can create your joy. You can create,
anything
in your mind.
Honey.
Instantly. If I say, think about a green frog, honey, it's there.
Ribbit.
If I say, hey, think about a blue jay bird.
Chirp, chirp.
Give it a crown. It's there. Ding. You know what I mean?
Ding.
In your mind, you can do anything. In your mind, you can do anything.
It's a powerful thing.
So let's apply the law of correspondence. If our mind is able to create anything instantaneously, how do we think God's mind does it? If we are in the mind of God, that means that anything that God thinks about is going to be not only instantaneous, it's also going to be infinite.
My Lord.
That's why we are infinite beings. It's why God can be over the void of earth. When God first moved over the earth, it was void, friend. It was black darkness in water. Just
nothing.
Just nothing. It was black. It was dark. I imagine that it probably was very scary. Okay? Talking about midnight of the soul, baby.
Okay.
That was like something out of, I don't know.
Honey.
Think about what the earth must have looked like without no order.
Honey.
And then God said, let there be. And I believe instantly there was.
Honey.
Scientists call it the Big Bang. Hey, I'm with all the theories. Why?
Do
There was a Big Bang.
Get me started on the Big Bang theory. That is one of the stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. I just think
it is, friend.
I don't think it's stupid. I just think that it's half truth. I think it's one-sided. I think it's our attempt to be able to explain something that we probably will not
never ever
be able to understand. It is a good attempt, though. It is something to think about. Anyway, the point of the matter is that whether you believe in all or nothing, something came from nothing. A brightness and a light came from nothing.
Yeah.
God said, let there be, and there was light. There was day, there was night. Law of correspondence, if God can do it, you know what
But he said, speak those things that be not
As
as
though
though they were.
you know,
So that's kind of linking
the
up
same
with exactly
thing.
what you're saying.
It's all the same thing, but we just don't do it.
It's not saying that, hey, I'm God. That's not what it's saying. But what it is saying is that I'm a partner with God.
I am
And we are working this thing
out
together.
together.
I have a responsibility. He has. You know what I'm saying? We've all got a part to play. We all
Right.
have a part to play.
And we must play our part when it comes to.
And we got to play well.
And we got to play well. And we got to play smart.
Yeah.
And we got to be enduring. We got to have the fruits of the spirit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Those first three, I work. Well, you know.
Love, joy, peace.
Well, you know,
Is that the
I
first-
flip it
Oh,
upside
yeah.
down. You know, for me,
For you.
I flip it upside down, and I start from self-discipline. Because I believe that, you know, before we can even conceive of what love is, we must first start with,
Honey, discipline.
you know what I mean? You know, we try to jump too far. And I believe that's another thing that keeps us in the dark. We try to think too far ahead. We try to see too much, trying to figure it all out, trying to wait till we let me speak for me. I attempt to wait until I'm perfect in order to do anything, even before doing this. Just this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
Never be perfect.
But law of correspondence, going back to it, God is able to call day and night into the sky.
My
You know what I
Lord.
mean? So
Just like that.
just like that. So if we just acknowledge our link to God
Right.
by using principles kind of like the law of mentalism, you know, knowing that we are in the mind of God. Just that
Right.
concept. If you can't really
Always.
get into the whole philosophy of what I'm saying, that's fine. It's just more important to know that we are in the mind of God, that we were a divine part of his plan. And so he has imbued within us law of correspondence, the ability to do as God does.
Right.
Call things into being. Even Jesus said, these things I have done, greater
Greater.
things shall you do. Well, you can't do those greater things if you don't know about the law of correspondence, if you don't know about the power that God gives us.
Honey.
You know? And it is our job to prune that light so that, like God, we can turn things from day into night, honey.
Honey, we back.
Now
Just-
we back where you never left, friend.
What friend we did?
But we did. But that's not the point. You understand. You get it.
Honey. Now, George, why is night so important?
Night is important because for me, night means rest. You know, we always have a negative connotation towards night and darkness. You know what I mean? But it's necessary. I'm not going to get too deep with some of y'all because I know some people, they be looking at you like, what? What you talking about?
Okay. The old saint.
We're not going to, you know, I ain't going to shake you up today.
Listen.
I can't promise you that forever. But I can promise you that I'm not going to shake you up today.
Today we gone.
I'm gonna keep it cute for you today. No, it's important because for me, night means rest. It means relying on the intuition. It means going inward. It means sifting through your stuff in the loneliness of that, in the dark. First of all, if you think about, if you want to talk about the Christian faith, honey, and some of the disciples, think about Moses. 40 years unaccounted for.
Honey.
Nobody knows what he was going through for them 40 years. But obviously it was necessary. And this night is necessary for us. You know, lots of good things happen when you're in that dark space and you are alone. Can't nobody reach you. You're going through your depression.
Honey.
You know, I don't want to be bothered. Don't talk to me. I'm going to my room and I'm shutting the door. Okay? As my auntie would say, I'm going to get in my bed and cover my head, honey.
Honey.
You know?
We done all been there.
Yes, absolutely. And in those moments, you really can, first of all, get rest from this, release yourself from it, rest.
Yes.
And then when you are in those moments, for me, just being in that, beneath that shade of mystery, beneath that blackness. I don't call it darkness, friend. I call it blackness. And black to me is such a significant color because it's the color that houses all colors. Everything is in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's rich
That's
in
good,
nutrients.
y'all.
You know what I mean? The blackness of space. It's not just empty space in the
Right.
stratosphere.
Right.
It is ever expanding.
Honey.
They've discovered that it's ever expanding. It's
Filled with
still
billions.
filled with all of this possibility. That's what blackness is to me. That's what night represents. That moment when you can just go in and, well, first of all, what is this problem? You can see it clearly because it's against a black space. Sometimes, sometimes the light is good, but sometimes it's too bright. Sometimes it's too bright.
Yes.
And God, in God's infinite wisdom, has allowed for there to be balance. You can't have just all of this bright beamness on you all the time. Sometimes you do need to go into this place of seclusion and blackness so that the mystery of what you can become can still be, realized. I'm talking now, friend.
Honey.
I don't
It's
even know if
good.
anybody. I don't even know if that made sense to anybody. But it
Honey,
makes
the person
this
who
is,
needs to catch it is gonna catch it.
honey. Just
you
catch it if you can, child. It's just how I talk to myself. I'm talking to you the way that I talk to myself, and that's another thing. You can find that kind of stuff out in the darkness when you're self-critical. But I don't say it. I don't say it like them, or I don't know as much as they do. I don't sing as well as they do. You can really see yourself clearly when you're in that
Honey.
that dark space. You're sitting with all those thoughts. Notice what you're thinking about. We done said that before, didn't we?
That comparison, y'all better quit that. The Bible says comparison is the thief of joy.
It is.
Honey, and it is true.
My God.
It is mighty, mighty true.
Yeah, they can't even see us, friend. You all right. You can see well enough. You got to come into the light so they can see.
Honey, this the end of the video, so whatever y'all didn't see, I'm so sorry.
No,
It's
they
a
don't.
little dark.
It's okay.
It's night.
It needs to be dark.
Honey.
That's the point. Settle into, it's okay for you not to go out all the time.
Honey.
It's okay for you to have those moments to yourself where you don't feel like doing anything. You don't owe anybody to be where you don't want to be right now. If everything is just weighing on you and it's just really, really heavy, take some time. Go to your bed and cover your head and rest, first of all. Pray, second of all, and then quiet your mind and just listen to that silence. Because before there is revelation, there must first be receptivity. And you don't have receptivity if your mind is not silent. You can't be listening unless you are an empty vessel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Honey.
night is important to me. I like night
Honey.
because I like to sleep.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I like some good rest.
In the nighttime, honey, I come alive.
Me too.
Honey, I don't mind night either. I do get to think.
And
to
I'm also
process.
very creative at night too.
I am.
Very
as well.
creative. This
I
is
am as
this is when
well.
I do my best work at night.
Late in the midnight hour.
Now, it's time for Can You Catch It?
Can you catch it?
Now, last time, BJ caught it real quick. It was In Vogue, whatever.
Baby, he was
Whatever
ready.
by In Vogue.
He
He just
ready.
Googled the words. I made it
That's
real
it.
easy. I
That's
gave y'all
it.
some real good clues in that riddle.
2 good clues.
But this time, we're going to get a little harder. We're going a little deeper in the water now.
Honey.
All right? We're going just a little bit deeper. Just deep. All right? But you're going to still know this one, too. All right? You get your headphones. It's always better with headphones. Ain't no auto-tune. So you may hear a few stray pitches or whatever. I ain't perfect. But you're gonna be all right. We're gonna catch
Honey.
it. It's all right for you to be a little offbeat. It's what I'm talking about. You in the night right now, honey. We going toward the day. We are working toward
Yes.
the goal. We are
That's
working.
it.
We're working toward the goal. We have not yet arrived. But
Honey,
hallelujah, we're gonna make it, honey. We're
that's
gonna keep
it.
doing it.
Keep
And you're gonna
on.
catch it.
Catch it.
Catch it.
Honey.
Ready, set, listen. I love you. Shall I put my arms around you? Ooh, should I approach you? Oh, how many times I've watched you. For you to try me. You like my music, 'cause it's love in my soul. Did you catch it? Now, it's not Benny that's been thinking thoughts and making wishes. I've been looking for you.
My Lord.
Did you catch it?
Honey, did you? Did
Catch
you catch it? Because I did. Honey,
Catch it.
y'all done heard y'all clue. Y'all done heard y'all clip. Honey, that's it. That's all. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Get you $25. Be the first person in the comments below. Correct artist. Song title. You win money.
Hashtag caught it.
Oh, you right.
Because you know you
Hashtag
hashtag
called it. Got to put all that below. You can get you a couple dollars. Help out some.
Indeed.
Anyways, y'all, thank you so very, very much. This topic today was very personal because I have been in my night season for the past 2 weeks to the point where I really did not, if I'm being honest, want to do today's segment. But thanks to George, he's such a kind friend, such a supportive friend. He's like, no, friend, we have to keep moving. We have to keep going. It's only one way.
Only one way.
That's towards light, love, positivity, and being whole.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And the fruits of the spirit. friend.
Yes. It's only one way, y'all. Love you so much. Love, positivity, light. You can always catch it here. Latin Jones, George Edwards. We love y'all. Peace.
I can help somebody.